Okay, let's make a Simply Amazing color wheel card. Something fun you can do on your cards, which this card is great, is showing you how to add a little bit of texture and interest using a little bit of accessories and a small pattern. It doesn't have to be a lot. Sometimes it's just the little things that add that fun little pop. So to take your color wheel die, and you're going to have a smooth piece of cardstock and you're going to have a media piece which has a little bit more texture and isn't as white. Now go ahead, grab that die and run that through the die cut machine twice. Now that you've run those through your die cut machine, you're going to go ahead and all those little triangles you're just going to pop out so that you have just the hex frames. Add a little bit of adhesive to the back side, and remember I said I keep a little microfiber cloth to clean my fingers off because I do like to use my fingers for these tiny die cuts. Works great. Go ahead and just add a little bit to the second one and add that down to the bottom left corner. Trim it off carefully so that you can use the remaining portion for the other side of the card. Glue that down. Okay, gather up some watercolor supplies. You'll need your watercolor brush and some re-inkers or your ink pads, whichever you'd like to work with. You'll need Party Pink, Cherry Kisses, Coral Reef, Melon, Citrine, Cactus, Tropic, and Emerald. So you'll need quite a few colors here, and then you'll just add some water and blend out. And like I'm showing here, I'm doing an even watercolor wash. So I want it to look like a solid piece of paper with a little more texture and depth to the color. When you're watercoloring these little triangles, one of the great things is using just a little scrap piece of paper underneath just to collect some of that excess ink. It does make cleanup a little bit easier, but just remember to keep that microfiber cloth on hand, ready to clean up in between your colors. It really does make a difference in keeping your projects clean and not ruining something that you've spent a lot of time on. Again, just continue coloring all of these. I'm going to speed up the video so that you don't have to watch every single one because there's quite a few. Okay, now that you've watercolored all of your triangles, you're going to use some adhesive and start sticking those down inside of the hex circle in the order I've got here. Or if you would prefer a different color combination or order, please feel free. These are your Once these are all in place, you're going to flip your card over like I've shown before and trim off those excess images. Then you're going to grab your confetti background stamp, and if you don't have one, just use a black marker. It really is that easy. No need to purchase it if you don't have it or feel frustrated. Just go ahead and use a black marker. Now I'm going to use our black ink, and I always put down a scrap piece below small pieces so I don't ruin my mats. And there you have two little pieces with the cute black dots, and you're going to go ahead and attach those in the color hex wheel as well. Now just trim off that little piece and there you go. Now gather up your confetti, your crystal confetti, and some tweezers, and this takes a minute. but it is so worth the effort, I promise. I'm going to take the Simply Amazing greeting from the Big Butterfly set, and I'm stamping that in black just on the white paper. And I'm going to just trim that off as close to the greeting as possible because I want to cover up as little of these color wheels as possible, just because I love them. In fact, I probably would have left it without a greeting, but it did need a little bit of a focal point. So go ahead and trim that up. And using our reliable foam tape, you're going to stick that down in the bottom left, kind of the left third of the card, just to create a nice flow and place for your eye to go. And there you have a fun color wheel card.